Hi friends, I'm Jack Gill, President of Vision Wholesale Club. And I'm excited today to bring you a brand new online sales model that works for you and your patient. So whether you're Main Street Eye Care in Indianapolis, Indiana, or Main Street Eye Care in Schenectady, New York, you're all facing the same issues. The overall cost increases of running a business, vision insurance and how it's skinching you back on your reimbursements, as well as big box competition. But perhaps the biggest thing in the last 5 years is this online competition in which patients are walking out your door with their RX and they're taking them elsewhere to buy. And that has become a big and bigger issue, that by the time that you get reimbursed for their eye exam, and insurance is becoming a bigger and bigger part of your practice daily, that what we're seeing in the marketplace is that although doctors control 44% of the eye exam, they're only controlling 32% of the actual purchases of products in the eye care business. What's causing all of this? Well, there's a number of factors, but the biggest factor we're seeing, in addition to adults, is that children are saying, we're finding the same thing. The kids are following mom and dad right out the door. Generally speaking, the child is single vision. They come in, they get their contacts, and then you, the doctor, get the dreaded RX request. So what to do about this? Well, that's a great question. Because as your practice is set up right now, you're marking your products up on the board 2.6 to 3x. Why? Well, because of the insurance companies like VSP require that kind of markup so that you can offer the patient a discount and they come out of pocket for X amount of dollars. But if you're a cash pay patient and you're walking over here, you're getting sticker price shock by seeing these frames as frame onlys on the board for $200. Another issue that's coming up is that with this present model, you're paying commissions to everybody but yourself. You're paying commissions to the frame reps that come into your office on a quarterly basis and drag in all those bags and tie up your office staff's time to take a look at new product, return old product. Then you're paying commissions on the lab rep that shows up every day, the little man with the car and his little box, and he's picking up your lens orders for your frames. He's dropping off completed jobs. You're paying everybody for that. And so when somebody comes into your office and takes a look at your prices here, because you're paying and marking up your product and they walk out the door with the RX, they're not coming back. You're screwed. One doctor told me, Jack, I'm screwed. When they walk out, I'm not getting them back. And what has this become? This has become the 10% factor. And you say, well, what's the 10% factor? And as I alluded to earlier, the 10% factor is that these online eye care companies are now controlling 10% of the overall eyeglass market. That's scary. This is within the last 5 years. And you, the doctor, have no online sales model that allows you to compete against them. Well, you didn't until today. Because what we've created for you, the ECP, is an online sales model that works for you and your patients. And one of the reasons it works is that if you look at these online sites, what are they saying here for you? They're saying stop paying $300 for a pair of glasses. They're saying that your products are costing way too much, that the online retailers are able to offer the same brands and the same lenses for 70% of the cost. What's the trick? Well, we've already talked about it. You, the doctor, are paying the middleman for all this. They're not, okay? The doctors, the online stores don't pay for retail rent either. You do. So how do you compete against them? Well, you need a different model. You can't be marketed up 2.6 or 3x. You've got to have a model that competes against this type of pricing. That's single vision, $95, PALs, $295, sunglasses, $150. This is frame and lens complete with AR, excuse me. Well, that's what we're prepared to offer you today, is an online model that allows you to leverage the power of the internet and get rid of all those middleman costs and allows your patients to go online and order product and you get paid for it. It's called Vision Wholesale Club. This is our B2B model right here. B2B means business to business. And how this works is a patient comes in and you need to have frames on your board that are much more competitive to online companies. We offer this. In addition, if any patient asks for their RX, once you've signed up with our program, you know what you have to tell them? We have a better online sales model. It's called Vision Wholesale Club. Let me show you how it works. Patients are able to try on frames from your board. Well, you can't do that with the online models. You're going to be entering all of their lens information and their RX information. If they enter a wrong number with cylinder and sphere and getting it reversed or inverted or whatever, how would they ever know? Well, they don't know. All of a sudden they get their glasses back and they don't work so good. Well, yeah, because they didn't put in the right numbers. So with our model, you put in the numbers. This is one of the strongest things that our model does. We send the frame back to you so that you can check the RX prior to dispensing. Warranty and doctor's changes. At Vision Wholesale Club, we do that for you, but you can't do a warranty exchange for one lens with these online companies. With you guys, you just order an archive lens from us. We send you the left lens that's scratched. You call the patient, pop the lens, pop it in, pop it out the door they go. We can't do that online. So you've really got some advantages here if you're priced more competitively. That's what we're offering you today. So to get started, how does this work? Well, it's as easy as this. You've got a small selection of Vision Wholesale Club frames for these patients that ask for their RX and they want to walk out your door and you'll never see them again. So you show them these and they select one that they like. Well, the best part about it is they can buy it right there from you today, simply by going to our B2B site, clicking on what options they want, and entering their prescription, and then that frame will show up at your door in 3 to 5 working days. You enter the RX. That doesn't happen with an online model. We know that they're supposed to be responsible for entering all the RX. But who does this every day? You guys do. They don't even know what these numbers mean or what a sphere is from a cylinder. So this is kind of all the same for what you're doing now. But with Vision Wholesale Club, we're offering your patients one additional feature. Let's say the patient is very interested in your frame, but wants to wait. Or he wants to check out other online options. Well, go ahead and enter their order on our B2B site. And what's going to happen is you're going to come down here, and rather than entering the order and telling the lab to go ahead and process it, we click on to yes on online RX hold, meaning the patient has not decided yet. We do one additional thing. We enter the patient's email address so that when you complete the order, an email goes out to this patient saying your number is 1433. And your number can then be pulled up through our B2C website, and the consumer then can purchase it at their leisure. So what happens here is a patient's pre-selected the frame from your office. You've entered that office on our business-to-business portal. It's generated a number that you're going to leave with them, and what happens to this number is that the patient comes to the Vision Wholesale Club consumer site, enters that order number that was generated by you, and the next thing that happens is that order self-populates the B2C site, the consumer site. By entering the order number that you've given them, they don't have to enter what lens was chosen. They don't have to enter the frame. And the best part is they don't have to enter the RX fields. That with our model, it does it all for them. And it makes it a lot safer that these numbers over here are correct, or else we'll make them correct for you if there is a mistake. What does the patient have to do? All they go is click up here, enter a credit card option, and then click down here. Do they want it sent to their own home, or do they want it sent to the doctor's office? If they want it sent to the doctor's office, well, then you're going to give them a lymsometer check, you're going to inspect it, fit it. The online retailers can't do any of these, but you've just put yourself in the online game to capture the money that's paid here, the difference between the retail price and the wholesale price. So in a sense, we've enabled you to have your existing frame and lens model, but create an online presence for your practice. That's incredible. No one has offered this to you before. The best part is these frames are over here. Oh, they're VSP listed. So if a patient picks this frame here and you've got to send it off to your VSP lab, you can do that too and you can reorder it. But these are priced to be competitive for online also. You get a great, cool frame assortment. It's very narrow. It doesn't eat up a lot of your board space. But this is manufactured because the traditional frame to lens model, marking it up 2.6, paying commissions to all those frame reps, paying commissions to the lab reps, paying commissions to everybody but yourself, won't work if you're going to try to capture these online sales and get involved in this 10% game that's going on out there without you. Vision Wholesale Club. It's the online sales model that works for you and your patient. What we did is create a portal where you can start capturing these online sales. You get an online presence and you stop bleeding these sales. Join Vision Wholesale Club today. So how do I get an online presence? Well, it's easy. You've got to decide to get in the game. And the first thing you need to do is in the upper right-hand corner of the dr.visionwholesaleclub.com, you're going to find Apply for Membership. Fill out your name, address, email, and click Register, and guess what? You're in. The second thing you need to do, you're going to need our starter packs. You're going to need our frames to put on your board. And for less than $500, we send you 24 frames and a 90-day money-back guarantee. 12 men's, 12 ladies, and now you have an online presence. For less than $500, you couldn't replicate this model 100 times 500 is where we're putting you. Number 3, contact us. If you've got any questions, either before you enter your order or after your order shows up, you can hit the Contact Us at the bottom of the page and send us a note, and we'll reply to you within 12 hours. And finally, you can call me. I'm Jack. I've set up dozens of doctors like yourself that have had it. They're tired of seeing their RXs go out the door. They're tired of people coming in and saying, can I have my PD? Because they know when they ask that question, can I have my PD? They know where they're going. They're going online. And now you've got an answer for that. And your answer is, well, Mr. Patient, did you know? We have an online model too. It's called Vision Wholesale Club. Let me show you the frames. Guys, thanks for listening. Let's get together and let's start competing in the online market.